Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. Welcome to this monthly reading for the sign of Scorpio for the month of August. I'm going to use the Wild Reflections Tarot cards. We're going to jump into that reading for you. And just remember that Scorpio can be your sun, your moon, your rising. Maybe it's your Venus or your Mars placement. Wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, you might come to this reading and find something resonates. Maybe not all, but some. That's okay. You can always check your other placements in the readings. And if you want to circle back next week, there will be a new Scorpio reading uploaded for you as well. So you might find that's the way to go. I do want to encourage you to have in mind a time frame for your recent past. Was that a week ago? Was that a month ago? Was that last week or 3 months ago? You've got choices and options. We're going to look at the first card as the recent past energy. So have that in mind and we will get started. This is the Wild Reflections Tarot cards, if I didn't already say that, for the sign of Scorpio, recent past. King of Swords. You were really in your communication authenticity. You were really speaking truth, speaking your mind, letting people know where you were at, what page you were on, what boundaries they could and could not cross. What is your current present day energy? Current present day. It's the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is really celebratory. It's really wedding oriented. It can be like a soulmate has been found. You are just really feeling like you're in the right place of your life. And what is challenging you? What is getting in the way of that Four of Wands? You know, it's kind of throwing off your vibe a little bit. This energy is the Queen of Swords. Interesting. So in the past, you were king, masculine, speaking your truth, making strategic decisions. And your challenge energy is the opposite, or the feminine version of that is the queen, and it's Libra energy. The king is Aquarius, and then Libra energy here, crossing, challenging your ability to really feel like you're in your happy place, because this energy comes along and can be very icy, can be very moody. They give you the sense that you're always, crossing their boundaries, that you're always making the wrong decision. It feels like it's a person, that there's some authoritative person in your life that they don't want you to have any fun. They don't want you to be happy or be in the right place. They want you to feel wrong all the time for some reason. On your mind is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is your energy, Scorpio. But it is, I always feel like it's just kind of feeling sorry for yourself, remembering the past and the good things about the past, and almost feeling like there's no such thing as a good time now. Under the surface that you might not really be giving full awareness to, it's the world. And this is a fixed energy card of all the fixed signs. And it just represents a new cycle, a new beginning, a new path forward. Whether or not you're aware of that yet or not, there is going to be a closing of a chapter and an opening of a new chapter. In the future, as you move through August, what energy are you bringing with you? It's the Seven of Swords. So either there is a sneaky, snaky person in your future that you've got to keep your eyes open for, or this is you getting in your own way, sabotaging yourself in some way. Let's get the rest of the Celtic cross out. Let's look at external energy and internal energy, and your hopes and your fears, and and your final future possible outcome. At the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Wands. This is very much about boundaries. This is very much about keeping people, places, and things out of your energy and just being true to yourself. You're going to cross that bridge. You're going to prevent others from coming with you or from following you or being in your energy, in your bubble. You're going to go do something by yourself. And even if that means just process information, Seven of Wands, you're just protecting yourself. You're putting yourself into your bubble and you're not letting anything in or out that is not going to run past you first. So Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Back to that recent past. In your past, you found yourself speaking your mind, speaking your truth, being very strategic about how you played your chess pieces. You were not playing checkers at all. You were playing chess. And you were very strategic. You were very careful. You were really methodical, and you took a lot of action on the way that you were communicating. It's very masculine energy. It's fixed air. It's Aquarius. So very clear-cut boundaries, very clear-cut guidelines. It was really facts over feelings. So you were being very much about, this is the way it works best for me. And as you look at your current present day energy, it's that Four of Wands. There's 4 poles, which represents 1111, soulmate energy. You could have found somebody that you could see as being a soulmate, someone as being like a divine partner. It's you just dancing and having fun and being in your passionate, beautiful, lit up energy. And what crosses that is someone, or it's you, really could be you, being your alter ego, being like the Ice Queen, shutting people out, preventing people from having access to you, only allowing what you determine is good. Queen of Swords can be considered the Ice Queen. And a lot of times I really relate as a Scorpio to the Queen of Swords, because you're very clear on your boundaries. You're very precise in your thoughts about, I know what this situation, I know how I think about it. I know what it means to me. When that person said this, I thought this. It's someone very methodical in their thinking. They're very clear, concise, direct, and that isn't always received well by other people, especially when this kind of energy is challenging in the month of August, where you might come across as a little bit cutting or cold, or I don't know, cutthroat. The sword's always in the Queen of Swords hand. They're, again, very much like the King. They're not really thinking about feelings. They're thinking about taking actions and strategic maneuvers and plotting out their next move and organizing their plans and getting out their day planner and checking things off. So it's coming in as a challenge. It's just going to be as a warning, I would say, of just watch your words, watch how you think about people, places, and things. Be aware that you're not coming at people in too direct of a way if they're not, forgiving, if they don't know you well, to know that you're just being you and it's nothing personal. So it could be a challenge. Let me make sure I didn't throw off the whole jive here of the camera. I got a little bit too excited with my hands. I talk with my hands and then I flicked the camera. So my apologies. But on your mind is the Five of Cups. And this is remorseful, regretful, crying at the river of tears. Like I said earlier, it could be victim energy. It could be I'm just looking at everything I've lost and I'm not really focusing on what I have. So you haven't had anything taken away from you. Life sometimes just we have and then we don't have, but there's always something to be grateful for, and it just depends on where you're looking. So on your mind, it seems like you're focusing on loss and the past when you could just focus on thank you for my current blessings. Just a suggestion. The recent or the underlying energy, kind of under the surface energy, it's the world. And the world is that fixed energy, and it is all of the fixed signs. It's Taurus, it's Leo, it's Scorpio, you, and it's Aquarius, King of Swords. It's Aquarius. It's all the fixed signs. It's a completion of a cycle, a closing of a chapter, and the opening up of a brand new chapter. And as you move into the future, it's the Seven of Swords. So it is somebody that is deceiving, deceitful, they tell lies, they cheat, they steal, they manipulate, they take information that's not theirs and say it is. So it's something to be aware of. It's definitely the mind, and it's someone that is playing mind games. So I'm going to just say beware. Beware of that. And the external energy is someone around you that affects your energy. And someone in your energy, in your world, they always feel left out. They feel like they're always in the cold and they're lost and they're lonely and poor them. And man, if you could just invite me in, I've been hungry all day and I'd love to eat. And this person, talk about victim energy, it's Five of Pentacles. If they only knew how blessed they really were, or gave that some acknowledgement, they would see that life is not as sad as they make it out to be. So maybe this is the same person that's on your mind, that's in your external energy. Just something to be aware of. And what comes to mind to share with you is, you are the culmination of the five closest people in your life. Interesting that these are fives. Five always represents conflict and challenge, and it's just about something changing and who you hang around. If your friends or your family are always talking about the past and what they've lost and how left out they are and sad and abandoned and lonely, that energy can really just drag you down. Maybe that's why you're being so swordy, Queen and King of Swords, because you have to speak very clearly and concisely and say, I need you to keep your complaining at a minimum when you come around me, because I'm really influenced by it, and I'm a water sign and I care, and I can't afford to get dragged down right now. So there's a possibility. Your internal energy is the Hanged Man. This is interesting because this is your water cousin Pisces, and you are surrendering in the month of August to what is. It's this acceptance of just, it is what it is. I have to acknowledge that this is the way my job is. This is the way my relationship, whether I have one or not, is or isn't. This is the way my family is. This is it. And I can either accept it or I can resist it. But what you resist persists. So it makes more sense to just acknowledge this is the situation, and I can either get with it or I can get out of it. And maybe what I need to do is flip myself upside down, metaphorically or literally, and allow myself to see things from a different angle. Maybe I've been looking at things with a skewed perspective. Maybe I think I've seen somebody being snaky and sneaky, but that's really not what's been going on. Maybe I'm feeling sorry for myself, or someone's always out there feeling abandoned and lost, and maybe it just is what it is. And if I shift the way I'm looking at things, the things I'm looking at, maybe they will change. That's what we want with the Hanged Man attributed to the sign of Pisces there. Your hopes and fears. Ah, beautiful. It's a Ace of Cups. It's my hope is someone will bring me a beautiful new cup of love that I can enjoy. But I'm scared to death about that. This can also be self-love. And I hope that I could love myself just true blue all the way. But I'm also afraid of looking deeply into myself, and will I really love everything that I see there? So I'm a little bit afraid, as well as being hopeful about the Ace of Cups. There's a couple of ways to look at the Ace of Cups. So choose, how this fits, if this fits for you at all. Your potential future possible outcome. It's the Two of Swords reversed. So you are making up your mind. You have determined how you're going to think about things and process information. And you're not stuck. You're not indecisive. You're decisive. You are clear. You use those two swords, which are your thoughts, your communications, the way that you speak and communicate with others is clear. You aren't confused. You aren't scrambled in your mind. You feel very clear, and you've made a decision. Whatever it was you felt like you may have been wrestling with, if you were, you've made up your mind. A lot of swords here, Scorpio. A lot of mental activity going on. We are in fire season, Leo season. So fire is passion and energy. And here you are, this beautiful water sign, this deep, fixed water, all up in your head. So I don't know what's going on in the month of August for you, Scorpio. If you want to comment down below, I'd love to hear. This is the Moonology Oracle cards, and we're going to grab one of those for you. So for the sign of Scorpio, let's grab an oracle card out for the month of August. These are just beautiful messages around the phases of the moon. And it's a full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. You know, that Five of Pentacles, that Five of Cups, that Seven of Swords, maybe even that fear of being loved. Scorpio, this is your reading. Thank you so much for being here. Please remember, I'm on TikTok and YouTube, and your likes and your follows, your subscribes and your shares are so appreciated. I love your comments. Be blessed. Be well. We'll see you next time.